Shabbat Shalom, brothers and sisters. How y'all doing? Hope things are well. We are going to talk about how to spot the upcoming new moon for Yom Teru'ah. Okay. You guys should pretty much have your dates by now. Yom Teru'ah will be the 23rd, Tuesday, September 23rd at sundown to the 24th at sundown. It's a high Sabbath, which would make atonement October 2nd to the 3rd, sundown to sundown, and then Sukkot the 7th at sundown to the 15th of October at sundown. High Sabbaths being the 7th to the 8th and the 14th to the 15th. All right. We got different phases of the moon right here. Some believe a full moon to be a new moon to be a full moon. Some believe a new moon to be a blank moon or conjunction. Some believe it to be a crescent, newly spotted crescent moon. Okay. Look, if you're keeping the feast, you're my brother, you're my sister. I'm happy about it. I don't want to bicker about, different understandings. Where we're at is the crescent. We believe the crescent is the spotted new moon. And we're going to discuss how to spot it. I'm going to try to walk you through it in case you've never done this before. You're not sure what you're looking for or when to look. So we're going to kind of walk you through that. There's a few apps that I use with my studies. Stellarium is one of them. That's an app that it's free to use. You can go on and look at the sky. You can change the dates and location and kind of play around with that and help you to understand some things. Timeanddate.com is another one. Tells me, different illumination on the moon, when it sets, when it rises, different things that helps with. Let me think. Is there another one? Blue Letter Bible. Blue Letter Bible. We're going to be reading some scripture and going over some things in there. So that's another app that we use. Okay. If you look at your calendar, it would say Rosh Hashanah is September 22nd. Rosh Hashanah meaning head of the year, which doesn't make a lot of sense biblically, since this is the middle of the year and an in-year or end harvest feast. That's a man-made term. Yom Teru'ah, or the day of shouting, day of noise, would be more applicable. I'm going to show you, I'm going to show you how to spot the new moon from where you are, right? I used to go off of the new moon spotted from Jerusalem, and one day we will, right? But there's people that argue on if that's even the land or not. And then even from there, like how many witnesses is this going to before the information is relayed to you? So here it just makes more sense to spot the new moon from where we are. You figure in John 4, you have Christ, Yeshua, telling the woman at the well that the day will come where, the people will not worship at this mountain or in Jerusalem, right? But will worship the Father in spirit and truth. So by me spotting the new moon for myself, it's really helped me grow in my relationship with Yah's calendar and being more intimate with it. Okay, so we are going to spot the new moons from where we are. Okay, so you need to know which direction is west, where this sun is going to set at. Okay, you need to know what time the sun sets and what time the moon sets, so you know when to start looking and when to stop looking. Okay, you're going to need some patience. Even if you have some weather that looks like this, all right, you should still be able to spot the new moon crescent even in that. Okay. So first things first, if you go on Google, type in time and date, moon as well, because if you just type in time and date and you've never been on the app, it's hard to navigate. So if you do that, it'll take you here. You could put in your location, or it'll be, mine set to Phoenix. Okay, then from here I can go to sunrise, sunset. I'm already in the moonrise, moonset. And then I would scroll down. I'm in the month of September, year 2025. This is going to show me the different days of this month and the amount of illumination that's on the moon when it sets, when it rises, the degree, and different things. Okay, so if we keep scrolling down, we even see a little icon for a full moon right there, or roughly when the full moon would be. And then if we keep going, half moon, keep going, there is the blank moon, or the conjunction. Okay, so your first opportunity to spot the new moon would be the next day, the 22nd. 1% illumination that day. The 23rd, 4%. Okay. The moon sets on the 22nd at 6:47 and 7:13 the next day, at least in Phoenix. You would want to look this stuff up from where you are, not from this right here, unless you are in Phoenix. All right. So you got to, write this stuff down, the moon, what time the moon sets, right? So you don't want to be looking any time after this. You will not see the moon until tomorrow. It's gone. It's below the horizon. You will not see it at all. No chance of it. Okay. So then from there, you would go to the sunrise sunset area and see what time the sun sets the same day. 6:23 if you see on the 23rd. Okay. So the sun sets at 6:23 on the 23rd, goes down at 7:13. That is 50 minutes later. So we have about 50 minutes, of a maximum window to see it. But usually you don't see the moon right when the sun sets. It takes a little bit of time. So in reality, you could have 20 to, 35 minutes of a window to see the moon. Okay, so if you got out there a little early, 6:15, 6:10, watch the sun set on the horizon. Okay, if you see where it goes down roughly, then you know where to look. You can use that to help you know where to look. If you are looking at where the sun set, anything to the right or north of that, there's no way the moon's over there. It's going to be to the left or south. So from the point where the sun set, south, you would be looking. So if you face that direction and kind of have your arms out, pointed, not straight out, but at an angle, your left hand to where the sun set, in that range is where you're going to be looking, above the horizon, obviously, right? So you need a little bit of patience. And believe me, if you're applying yourself and the weather is permitting, you will spot this new moon. Blow your trumpets, blow your shofars. If you ain't got one, then make some noise, right? These feasts represent Messiah. Messiah represents these feasts. We get told that they're Jewish holidays or holy days or feasts, but no, they're biblical holy days, right? Biblical holy days. So let's read that in some scripture. All right. Leviticus 23 verse 23 says, "And Yah spoke unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, In the 7th month, in the 1st day of the month, shall ye have a Sabbath, a memorial of trumpets and holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein, but you shall offer an offering made by fire unto Yah." So 7th month, 7th Hodesh or Kodesh, right? First Yom of the month, right? We're going to have a Mikra Kodesh, a holy convocation. We're going to blow trumpets and make some noise, right? Sets the dates for all the fall feasts. And then we continue. It says, "And Yah spoke unto Moses, saying, Also in the 10th day of this 7th month, there shall be a day of atonement. It shall be a holy convocation unto you. You shall afflict your souls and offer an offering made by fire unto Yah. And you shall do no work in the same day, for it is a day of atonement, to make an atonement for you before Yah your Elohim. For whatsoever soul it be that shall not be afflicted in that same day, he shall be cut off from amongst his people." Yah ain't playing. "And whatsoever soul it be that doeth any work in that same day, the same soul will I destroy from among his people. You shall do no manner of work. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwellings. It shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest. You shall afflict your souls in the 9th day of the month at even. From even unto even shall ye celebrate your Sabbath." So there is a little bit of confusion with that, because people don't know what that means when it says the 9th day at even. That simply means the end of the 9th day, which would be at sundown, from even to even. So that's just the beginning, the end of the 9th day, which starts the 10th day. From even to even, the whole 10th day is when you are afflicting your soul. Verse 33, and Yah spoke unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, in the 15th day of this 7th month shall be the Feast of Tabernacles for 7 days unto Yah. On the first day shall be a holy convocation. You shall do no servile work therein. 7 days shall you offer an offering made by fire unto Yah. On the 8th day shall be a holy convocation unto you, and you shall offer an offering made unto offer an offering made by fire unto Yah. It is a solemn assembly, and you shall do no servile work therein. These are the feasts of Yahweh, which you shall proclaim to be holy convocations, to offer an offering made by fire unto Yah, a burnt offering and a meat offering, a sacrifice and drink offerings, and everything upon his day. Of course, we're not in the land. We don't have a temple. We are not doing these offerings, but we can memorialize the day as best we can. And hey, like Colossians 2:16 says, let no man judge you in meat, drink, new moon, Sabbath, or holy day, which are a shadow of things to come, but the body, the substance, is of Christ, right? All right, continuing. 38. Beside the Sabbaths of Yahweh, and besides your gifts, and beside your vows, and beside your freewill offerings which you give unto Yahweh, also in the 15th day of the 7th month, when you have gathered the fruit of the land, you shall keep a feast unto Yahweh 7 days. And on the first day shall be a Sabbath, and on the 8th day shall be a Sabbath. And you shall take you on the first day the boughs of the goodly trees, branches of palm trees, and boughs of thick trees, and the willows of the brook, and you shall rejoice before Yahweh your Elohim 7 days. And you shall keep it a feast unto Yahweh 7 days in the year. It is a statute forever in your generations. You shall celebrate it in the 7th month. Ye shall dwell in booths 7 days. All that are Israelites born shall dwell in booths, that your generations may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in booths when I brought them out of the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. And Moses is declared unto the children of Israel the feast of Yahweh. All right. Somebody may say, well, that says all the Israelites, right? Well, if you go, I ain't got the screenshot, but I'm going to read it to you. If you read in the very next chapter of Leviticus, Leviticus 24, and verse 22 says, ye shall have one manner of law, as well for the stranger as for of your own country, for I am Yahweh your Elohim. So it's one law for everybody. So even when it gives specifics to Israelites, to the Jew first, and also to the Gentile. All right. So if you notice right here, the feast of Yahweh, right? The feast of the Lord, the feast of Yahuwah, right? The feast of Yahweh, right? The feast of Jehovah, right? These are his feasts. Right? And they're our feast too. We are privileged enough to keep them. So if we go into Psalm 104 and 19, it says, he appointed the moon for seasons, the sun knoweth his going down. So in the Blue Letter Bible, if you click on that verse 19, it'll take you to here. Click on interlinear, it'll take you to here. All right, for moon there, the word is yereach. It's a little bit different. Month and moon are two different words. They can be used at times interchangeably, but not always. Anyhow, the moon, the yereach, is for the what? For the seasons. Moed, right? Moed, moedim, the appointed place, appointed time, appointed meeting. Moed has to do with appointed, things being appointed. So if it's for the seasons, so it has to do with times, it's for the appointed times. It's for the feast, right? It's for the Moedim. And if we read the beginning of Leviticus 23, it says, and Yahweh spoke unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them concerning the feast of Yahweh, which you shall proclaim to be holy convocations, even these are my feasts. 6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest, a holy convocation. You shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of Yahweh in all your dwellings. These are the feasts of Yahweh, even holy convocations, which you shall proclaim in their seasons, right? Leviticus 23:4, the feast, the moed. All right, so Psalm 104:19, the moon is for the feast. So people have a lot of different calendars out there. I be checking them all, right? I'm aware of a Zadok and Enoch calendar, the 364, But there's issues with that calendar if you fully look into it. All the calendars have issues to some degree, right? The Jewish people follow the Hillel 2 calendar, which is a pre-selected dated calendar with a 19-year sequence. There's a whole bunch to that. We're not going to get into all that. We're trying to keep things biblical, right? It's truth over tradition. So these are the Feast of Yah. They're the Moedim. The moon is for the Moedim. This Feast of Trumpets is on the first Yom of the 7th Hodesh, right? And which has to do with the moon. So all these things are connected, brothers and sisters. All right. So getting into Stellarium, what I was talking about the 22nd. This is a picture from San Diego. I can go into Stellarium and change my location. So this is from San Diego on the 22nd, what the sun and moon would look like when the sun is going down. Okay, so there's the sun at the horizon. You could see the 0-degree line right there. The moon, can't really see much, but if we fast forward, there's the moon going down, 0-degree horizon right below it. That crescent is there's a little crescent there. Technically, we would not see that with our own two eyes, believe me. It's observation over calculation every day of the week over here. We use these tools, but we've been spotting new moons for years before we ever started using any of these tools. So that was from San Diego. This is from Seattle. So West Coast on the 22nd at sundown. There's what the sun and moon are going to look like. Here is the moon going down, setting, and you're just not gonna see it. Okay, you're just not gonna see that. This is from Phoenix, same thing, sun on the horizon, moon over there, starting to set. As the moon is reaching the horizon, you're just not gonna see it. I'm gonna be out there looking anyways, but you're just not going to see it, okay? But on the 23rd, this is from Phoenix, there's the sun at the horizon, the moon up above, okay? There we go. Okay. Fast forwarding. There's the moon setting right about now. You're going to see that crescent real time if we're out there, right? And then here's the moon zoomed in, setting on the horizon. Okay, and this is using the app of Stellarium. Okay, so but remember, observation over calculation, right? We can look at all this technology and guess and estimate, but we got to get out there, just like this picture right here, and spot that new moon crescent, right? And blow them shofars. So look at this cloud coverage, right? And look at how we were still able to spot it. So you just got to be dedicated, you got to be patient, and you will spot this new moon, right? And it'll be it brought to life a little different for you, right? When you're out there actually engaging yourself, it hits a little different. So I hope this blesses y'all. If anybody has any questions or anything, feel free to reach out. Once again, we got a few days to prep. Sorry this wasn't put together with more time to do so, but hey, let's spot this new moon and blow them shofars, make some noise. Hallelujah.